Hey guys, happy Thursday, noon on the dot. Hoerner Happy Hour is about to start. I'm going to give you guys a second to hop on, drink my vitamin C. Everyone's getting sick out this way, so I'm trying to prevent it. Lot of things to talk about today. I'm excited. We have, first and foremost, I just want to give a little announcement. So waitlisters for the Spotify course, you already know about this. But if you guys were one of those people that answered the poll that I asked a couple days ago about what kind of stuff you want to learn, if you were one of those people who checked Spotify, the course is already out. I did ask a couple of the waitlisters on specifics for what you want, and they told me they want it short and sweet, condensed with tons of information. So it's short and sweet. I think it's a 25-minute runtime course where I show you, basically it's a screen flow of me clicking around and kind of guiding you where to go. So I think that'll be really helpful because you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. And I also created a reference guide with all the stuff that I talk about in the course. So it's $15. I know, like, God forbid you have to pay for something, but really that's just covering my costs to actually make the course. I'm not like making money off this. So I tried to make it as cheap as I possibly could and condense it just like you asked. katehoerner.com/Spotify if you want to check it out. Already had a bunch of people buy, so thanks guys. And hopefully it helps you out. Let me know what you think of it when you do it. Hey Josette, how's it going? Been a while. So today I was thinking about, I was talking to actually a couple of our riders who have been there for ages. And we were talking about some of the other instructors, some of the newer people. And I'm trying to get a gauge for why, they would go to me and not go to the other person or vice versa. Because we always try and get in our riders' heads, right? We want to understand, what do they want? What can I give them so that they show up to my class? And I've been trying to break this down into a really easy way to just, I guess, sort through it. So I came up with 3 elements, and this is like a compilation of years and years of picking and putting all of this together. So 3 elements of what makes a great instructor or a great class, because I think the instructor makes the class, right? So 3 elements, and surprisingly, music is not one of them, but it fits into them a little bit. So first one, the technicals. So when we're in my Cycle Circle Champions group, we have video audits. So this is what I'm looking for in the audits. They basically film themselves teaching for 5 minutes or less, and I'm critiquing their technique, their form. So believe it or not, and I know probably a good amount of you in this group set up your bike incorrectly and don't even realize it. We're taught, and it's not your fault, right? We're taught in our certifications for like an hour how to do it, and then never again. So everything you learn before and after that is from other instructors or from kind of plugging and playing yourself. And other instructors usually have it wrong. I have corrected so many instructors on their bike form. Actually, I can't say that, but somebody very important who works at my studio was actually sitting way too low on her bike, and we corrected that, and now she's fixed, so it's good. But anyways, technique is so important. So that's something I critique in the video audits. Another thing I critique that's part of kind of technique and form is how they run drills, how they cue, how they count. All of this stuff is part of what I would consider the technicals. Basically, the actual class plan, the flow, the terrain, the drills, all of that stuff, the technique, the form, everything fits into that bucket. That has got to be spot on. You're an instructor. You're showing your riders how to do it. You're teaching them how to do it. So you have to do it right. So that obviously is number 1. I'm sure a lot of people kind of realize that. That's one of the elements to being a great instructor. You have to know what you're doing up there. Number 2, energy. So I wish I could explain this in a way that you guys were able to take and then go do it right away, but it does take a lot of practice. So just to give you an example, if I'm up and we're doing a hill, let's say, so we're out of the saddle, it's a heavy hill, and I say, okay guys, we're going to push and pull on the pedals. You have to use your whole body. You have to really get into this, and I want you to, try your hardest to get up this hill. Just like that. That sounded boring, right? If you're riding and you heard that, you're like, okay, cool. Where's her energy? This is awful. Or I could say, all right, guys, we're going to do this Get in the zone. We're going to be pushing and pulling, creating that perfect circle with your pedals. And as you do it, you're going to get into the flow of the music. We're going to feel the momentum. We're just going to go with it. Come ride with me. Like, let's do this. Like, it's totally different, right? If I'm sitting down, I'm like not obviously in my energetic place up on the bike. You got the music going while you say that and you're in it. People are in it with you. If you're dead and kind of robotic and fake up there, they're not going to come with you. They're not going to push. They're not going to really be in the room. Their mind's going to go elsewhere because they're not engaged, right? That energy has got to be high. And it doesn't always, when I say high energy, it doesn't always have to mean you're screaming at them. It just has to mean you're highly engaged and you're focused on them. So you can quiet your voice and get them through like one of the slower parts. Maybe it's a nice, slow, kind of intense hill. So you go into a whisper. And you're still super in it and you're still pumping them, but you're just a little bit toned down. So you don't have to be screaming at them, God forbid. You don't want to be screaming at them all class because that's painful too. But being with the flow of the class and having that energy so that they can feel it, you're right there with them and they can feel that, it makes all the difference. We have a lot of, and especially newer instructors, they get up on the podium and they're very nervous, and I get that. I totally get it. I was there. But they're so nervous that instead of, feeling in it, all they're focused on is, okay, what do I have to say next? And counting and the next drill. And then they go quiet. And then when they do talk, it's really fake cues that they're probably reading off of their phone or something like that, which the 20 free cues that I give out, a lot of people are probably just reading those word for word, which is fine if you have the energy to back it up. But you got to feel what you're saying because they'll know. Your riders will know. And that's just like so important. Something that helps me with this is the music. So this is where the music piece comes in. A lot of people try to adjust their playlist so that the riders like their music. And that's fine. You definitely want to, you want your people to like the music you're playing. I get that. But you also have to like it. You have to love it. Because you have to pull energy from it, right? When a new song comes on and you're transitioning and you're coaching and you want yourself to be in it, you have to have the music that you want to hear to get you in it. So I highly recommend when you build your playlists, you're paying attention to that. And it's a playlist that gets you excited. A million times, most times actually, before I teach, I double check my playlist like an hour before class. If I'm not excited about it, I change it. Because if I'm not excited about it, I'm not going to be able to get them excited about it. So that energy piece, it comes in a lot of different ways, and it takes practice. But just remember, if you aren't feeling it, they aren't feeling it either. So hopefully that made sense. Last element, what did I say? So it's technique, the technicals, the energy. What was my third one? Oh no. Oh yeah, connection with riders. So not a lot of instructors do this. And I know if you guys are in the crew, you've heard me talk about this 1,000,001 times. And again, it takes a lot of practice. And I talk about it with my champs all the time. It's definitely something that newer instructors have a hard time with, but it takes practice and it's so crucial. And it is what hooks riders. So connecting to your riders, the way that I do it is by sharing something personal. Or just really, truly, honestly, being myself up on the podium. If I want to crack a joke, I crack a joke. Usually when I do and I hear someone laugh, I'm like, like they get me, And I always tell my riders, I'm like, I'm weird. I'm very strange. And I'm going to share that with you. And hopefully you connect with me on that level. And if not, I'm not the instructor for you. But I'm going to be myself up there because one, I don't know how to be anybody else. And if I fake it, they're going to know. And two, if I'm myself and I can connect with them on that, it's going to go so much further than anything else I could do. So one, like, think about the kind of person you are. Are you, are you a funny person? Be a funny person up there. You can crack a joke once in a while. You got to time it right. But, saying something that makes them laugh, that's fine. Maybe you're a really inspirational, deep person and you feel things on a different level than everyone else. Share that with them. That's huge. That's something that makes an incredible instructor. Also takes lots of practice. And all these things can be sprinkled into your ride. You don't have to go up there and just be a robot the whole time. In fact, that makes you a way worse instructor than if you just showed who you were a little bit. So connect with them, share something personal, share who you are, share little quirks about yourself, especially like before and after class. That's a great time to practice it, right? Like test the waters with it. So today, before class, I always talk about how much coffee I drank. My riders are always like, oh crap, Kate had another cold brew today. Like it's something I always joke about. I walk in with my big cup and I'm like, guys, uh-oh. And I give them a little bit of like I worked really hard on this playlist, but it's going to be tough. And I get them ready and then we chit chat. And then it's like I already built that connection a little bit. And then we go into class and I sprinkle a little bit of myself throughout the ride. And it brings people closer to me. It makes them come up to me after class and talk about, oh, remember when you said XYZ? Like that was big. So one of the things on Valentine's Day, I was talking a lot about how we had kind of a slower song and it gave me a chance to connect and speak a little bit. And I was saying how, it's great. Love is in the air for Valentine's, but I hope that everyone remembers to save a little love for themselves. And I had one of the guys he's been coming to my class. He started coming probably a month and a half ago, and now he comes almost every day, but he's quiet. He sits in the back. I try to engage with him a little bit. He came up to me today and he was like, I love that you said that, because that's what I tell my kids. And he almost got a little teary. And it meant so much to me because it really shows that, we never know what's going to hit our riders and what's going to make them connect with us. And sometimes they don't tell us. But if you're constantly sharing a little bit about yourself and sharing who you are and just saying what you want to say while you're up there, you can really build that connection, and it's so huge. So technicals, energy, connection. Focus on those three. I think we all struggle with one or the other. Just focus on one thing at a time, focusing on doing little things to make it a little bit better. Hey, Lizette from Austin. Awesome. Focusing on little things as we go. I mean, that's what we do in the Champions. So if you're someone who needs a little extra help and you want to join the mentorship, let me know. But otherwise, just baby steps along the way, little things as you go to make things a little bit better. Focus on those three elements: technicals, energy, connection, and you'll get there. So hopefully that was helpful, guys. I always try to break this down in a different way so that it hits with different people. I know you all learn differently, but I was excited about these three, and hopefully it helped you a little bit to hear all this. So again, if you're interested in the Spotify course, make sure you check out the link in the caption of this video. Email me with any questions, and that's all I got for you today. So I will see you all next week, same time. Have a good day.